Hi there, this is Miss Heather from the Counseling Office with a presentation about how to do university research right. Research is something that all juniors and seniors will have to do as a part of the university process at NITO, but depending upon whether your focus is university in Chile or the US or other countries or some combination, research is going to look very different. So today what I'm going to be talking about is the process related to US institutions. Researching US schools is probably the most intensive processes. You're spoiled with choices because there are thousands of colleges for which hundreds of those might initially fit your profile. And then through these next months and more than a year, your job is to investigate that number down so that many are a good fit. And the one certainty is that it will take time for you to determine a small set of good fit institutions. So how do you go about researching schools? Where can you find information? This is what we're going to be talking about today. But the first thing we have to agree upon is the following. The first thing is that we are not going to start with prestige. The idea that prestige makes a school better than any others doesn't hold water at this point, and it certainly doesn't make it the best school for you. The point instead is to understand that you have the power to determine whether or not you're going to be successful, not a university brand. And most importantly, yes, this is a process about evaluating schools. Really, it's about evaluating yourself. You are trying to take advantage of what is offered, and again, it's all about fit to the institution. So, about the spirit of things, really, colleges have mottos, have kind of an inspiring message behind the choices that they make as institutions. I really want you to develop something of a personal motto. Who are you and what do you stand for? And you might be interested in finding a college that matches that. So here are just a small selection of college mottos, and I'll let you go find out which institution belongs to which motto. But just so you know, some of these college mottos come from hundreds of years of their founding, translated from another language, but it's fun to know that one college's motto is "Let it all hang out." Is that your life philosophy? What about this? The wind of freedom blows. Would you love to not be told what to do or how to do it? You might find an institution that thinks the same. What about this? Be ashamed to die until you have won some victory for humanity. Seems that institution has quite an important purpose. I think, would you like to find a community of similarly inspired folks? What about this? Achieve without conspicuousness. This one is really about go do some cool stuff, be great, but don't brag about it. If that's your personality, let's find a school for you or schools for you that think the same. How about this? Despite the danger, keep going. It's fun to see that there's the spirit of the thing. We're not talking about rankings or programs or majors, but there is some deeper vision about what will drive an institution to make the choices that it does. And I hope that you are inspired based on kind of a personal drive, personal vision about university choices that might be a good fit for you. Okay, how do you conduct resources? And really, let's first talk about a little bit about your toolbox. It's important to know that we are obviously in a digital age. I have a huge bookshelf in my office with paper copies of books with collections of colleges and lists, and I'm telling you what, we should have a bonfire with those. Really, you're going to find all the resources you need online. Certainly individual school websites are deep with information. College search websites which help collect groups of schools based on certain criteria. Information about specialized information related to majors, athletics, careers, testing, art, etc. There's also a universe of review websites that people can put their expert opinions online for you to consume. Social media is a huge, very important way to get a very current flavor of any particular institution. And school newspapers actually are still published on campuses, but a lot of them are available online, and it's fun to read the paper to see what it is you actually might be reading about if you were on campus. So in addition to those online resources, human beings are super important because remember, this is a human process. Nothing about it is fair. And it's about developing a relationship. Who can help you do that? Obviously, Mr. Lally, Ms. Paz, and I can help you navigate the university options for you globally. Please know there are university admissions staff on the other side, people you should meet when they come to recruit at NITO and looking them up to connect with online. Parents, friends, NITO alumni is a huge resource to do that. And some of you might also have the opportunity to connect with some of these institutions in person through campus visits. But let me talk about this, how to do research. No more unstructured internet surfing related to college, okay? You do every week need to make progress towards understanding who you are, what it is that you want, how it is that you're going to learn best in the future, where will you become the next best version of yourself. So you need to do college research with intention, with a focus, with a question that you will try to answer in the time that you're going to allow yourself. So if you have 30 minutes, an hour, 2 hours, let's make sure that you have some evidence, some outcomes, some findings, that you actually are going to write down what it is that you've learned. So my philosophy about university research is to let questions drive the research. Rather than saying, I wonder what I can learn about Boston University today, let's talk about what would you like to find out about BU in this session. Okay, so the very first set of questions that could drive a research session for you is related to data. Data related to anything in the admissions realm, the career or majors or course realm, the success after you get your degree realm, money, etc. All of this is available through either the individual school's website or these consortium websites. I'll be sending a document with all of these links. But you should become to familiarize yourself with the information, the data related to the schools that you are interested in. You must know, for example, that if you think you're interested in NYU, you have to understand that there is no campus, that it is in the middle of New York City in Greenwich Village and those kinds of things. These are details that you need to know, the size of the school and things like that. Does it have your program, etc. So there's a whole set of data about the school. Understanding first your academic fit. And then you can relate it to maybe NITO as a whole, past NITO applicants, and how the global applicant pool fits as well. Another question that can drive your research is, what would you like to learn more about? What would you like to think about? What would you like to major in? And in what kind of academic environment? What are the distribution requirements for your fields of interest? Who are the professors teaching these courses? What types of courses are available? What are the assignments? Are there lectures? Are there seminars? Are there researches? Are there exams? How does each academic environment offered? BU offers a certain kind of an academic environment with 20 or 30 or 40,000 kids, and another academic environment would offer an environment closer to the experience at NITO. How do each of these offerings allow you to become the best student in your preferred field? You can find out information about all of these points on this slide if you dig deep enough. And in our meetings, when we continue to progress through your list development, I'm going to really expect that you know these kinds of points of information about why a school's program is going to be good for you. And you do that by digging into understanding. If you think you're interested in business or engineering or the arts or languages or computers, what does that mean for you at these particular institutions, and start to get a handle on that. The next thing, how will this school help you learn more about what it is that you'd like to learn about? Great, they have an engineering college. Great, they have a business program. How do their faculty compare? Their lab spaces compare? Their studios compare? Their libraries? You can find all this information online, and it may help you tip the scales in order to apply to these schools or not, depending on the resources that you know that are there. It's awesome to understand the resources that schools offer to support the degrees that they confer. Another thing that you can drive, I feel like, is at a minimum understanding, and you don't need to know what you're going to major in. That's a classic benefit of a U.S. institution. You can go undeclared, so to speak, that you're curious about a lot of things. Every college will help you understand what it is that you're going to do during your freshman year. Data bear out that your success in the first semester of your freshman year helps predict your success in college. Are you making friends? Are you choosing the right courses? And are you succeeding in those courses? Most universities are making a really re-up investment in the undergraduate experience, including the freshman year. Where will you live? How will you eat? What courses are you required to take? How can you stay healthy? How will you get academic advising? What research is available to you? Can you study abroad? Etc., etc., etc. How will you navigate your first year? I promise you, if you do enough research, you could map it out. And that should really move you to figure out where you might be most successful. The freshman experience at BU is going to be very different from a school with 2,000 kids. And not one is better than another, but they're different, and you need to know how that helps you become the next best version of yourself. Another question that can drive your research if you don't know what you would like to do academically, which is how can the university help you learn more about what you want to do with your life? How will they provide resources to help you shape your journey through 4 years of undergraduate education? How will they help position you for whatever next steps there might be? How will the school help you explore, discover options or not? You need to understand the level of flexibility or the level of focus that a university requires of you. That is part of the fun, the hallmark of a U.S. institution, is that they really want you to explore. Obviously, at U.S. institutions, you do a lot more than go to class, and this may be a very important factor about why a university is going to be a great fit for you. What can you do in your free time? Do research on clubs, organizations, work, internships, etc. How are you going to connect with the community through service, professional experiences, on campus and off? How do you connect to the surrounding community, to alumni, etc.? Same thing here. How are you getting life experience while connecting to your on-campus experience? Really what you're doing as you move through research, you're understanding what institutions are about beyond their name, perhaps, but you're developing a wish list that is going to apply to any college that's going to be a good fit for you. For example, you might need a school. Any school is going to be a good fit for you if they have an honors program in engineering. Any school is going to be a good fit for you if they allow you to study abroad in your first year, or they offer interdisciplinary courses. Maybe schools that will allow you to do research as freshmen. Maybe you want to find a school that will never make you take math again, etc., etc. These are qualities that will transcend any format of a school, but allow you to say, these are the bullet points, these are the variables that I need to be present that will make it a good school fit for me. Ultimately, the research that you will need to have completed and to answer this question 6 months from now is why this institution is a good fit for you and why you are a good fit for this institution. You will have to convince yourself that it's worth your time to apply. You're going to need to convince your parents that if in fact you get in, it might be worth their investment of resources. You'll need to convince me that it's a good fit to write a strong letter on your behalf, because I want every institution to know that an application from Nido is a viable application. And finally, you need to convince the university that not just why you'd like to go to BU because it's in Boston, but that you've dug deep and understand why there's a specific fit for you. It's really important to figure out how you're going to keep all of this organized. The whole idea is to help you be specific beyond brand, location, size, or reputation, and make intelligent connections between what I want and what this institution has. Nothing will be perfect, but I really want everybody to start to develop more ideas. We can help you develop ways to record information, either through an Excel spreadsheet, a mind map, gigantic Google document, whatever it is. The university process is going to be a lot of fun. So read the email that's attached to this PowerPoint closely, and I'm excited to see what you discover, not about these universities per se, but what it is that you discover about yourself through this process. Thanks so much. It's going to be a really awesome process. Looking forward to working with everybody. Thanks for listening.